Eu tô gravando, hein?
Yeah, Unwary did a great job in their match that we casted previously, trading from there.
So he's taken some very careful peeks. They haven't opted
Sabe a posição eles estão?
Epsilon yet. They're actually sending their Jenner 2C in to do the job.
Olha o Junkyard.
Eles estão no Junkyard.
Whether or not they're able to
Junkyard.
and I don't think they're going to be able to. It's a very short mech, no sight lines. Starwolf can basically just stand in the corner, get the cap on Epsilon. They are behind on caps, and it is going to be 2-2 with Theta uncontested in the middle. But I would say SmokeJays has a fair run at Theta pretty easily here. You can sit right on this corner and not
SmokeJays,
really
eles
have anybody
capturaram
so if they want to send
o
in
capa
one
com
of those
2 lights e 2
Panthers
mediums.
to, cap Theta, they could do so easily, and then it's really going
Não,
to be
aquele lá
on
longe.
KCom to
O
make the
Epsilon
move.
lá do nosso
It
Mac.
already technically is,
Tech, ó.
because they are down on tickets.
Aqui ele é
so
capa.
a lot of those
Muito
PPCs
PPC,
coming
né?
from those Panthers,
Foi o
and
time É a mesma
They've
coisa,
got
é a
some
mesma coisa
Timberwolves
que
with
aconteceu com ele.
PPCs as well. There's a lot of
Pô,
PPCs
a gente
on
pode
42's
assistir
team.
primeiro que eu tô
Starting
gravando,
to
depois
see
a gente faz
that,
comentário.
the revival of
Beleza.
PPC a little bit,
yeah,
just for
they
kicks and
did
giggles.
get a little bit of a velocity buff there.
Yeah.
Unwary popping up, getting stuck on the rock there, taking an extra little bit of a shot before being able to drop down to 90%. Let's check the status of his mech. He's spread it all over the place, so he's still doing pretty good despite the bled off armor. So the
Unwary is a good player. He should be able to do pretty well in this Grasshopper.
KCom realizing that it's going to be on them to make the movement. 42 can stay there forever if they so choose, so they have moved up into their secondary, more front positions, and they're just going to try their best to out-trade 42, and let's watch the percentages and see if they can do it. So far, damage in favor of 42. It's going to be a little bit of a long road drawing that back, but they've got the mechs to do it. They really do. These Grasshoppers can do some good work here. They just need to keep trading well.
Yeah, I love the Grasshopper on Canyon Network. I think it's a great map and a great mech for this map.
KCom has moved a Jenner up to Theta. He's not contesting it, though. It's very difficult to snag that cap with this much range. They can stop the cap with just a graze of their lasers. So it's going to be tough, but they are actually moving their Grasshoppers up towards Theta. They might be able to try and put some pressure down to be able to sneak the cap, but they're just getting a little bit closer. I think they want to get more into their optimal range, but of course that means they're going to get further into the optimal range of SmokeJays, and we're going to see damage tossing back and forth a lot quicker as they get closer together. Stu 101 in the Hunchback 2C, the most hurt out of all of them, and he is located.
And there's a Kodiak came up on the hill. Mortara Kel.
Oh man,
is getting pounded out in the open right now. 42 has open shots on him. Just lost one of his torsos.
Oh no! Oh jeez. Yeah, he's down to 39%, and he did drop down, but he's still taking hits from the Panther. Oh, and he gets it. Tolson takes an aggressive push around the corner and gets the killing blow on the Kodiak 3. That is a big win for 42. They took 100 tons off the field right there, and they got to be feeling pretty good about that. But they need to keep the pressure on. Shadowcat down to 52%. A lot of damage, though, on the KCom side, and they are starting to hemorrhage it quite a bit. We got two separate fights going on here. Jenner 2C fighting 1v1 against that Shadowcat in the corner here. He did have a little help from his Overwatch, so 62% for the Jenner 2C, but he lost touch with the target. And if he gets up there too aggressively, he's going to take a massive hit. Goss just landing. You can hear that explosion as the Goss hits. And last little farewell from the Timberwolf that has sent that 2C packing. So he took a lot of damage and was not able to seal the deal on the Shadowcat, and that one got away from him, unfortunately. Now, one thing to note, while this was happening, 42 has allowed KCom to get up there for the 4 cap, and that has switched the tickets in their favor, but KCom is very hurt now that 42 is going to have to make a move. And when they do, it's not going to take much for them to get a bigger kill advantage than what they have. The worst thing that I think 42 can do right now is stagnate and allow the 4 cap to go for much longer.
Yeah, they can't let the tickets get out of hand, but right now they don't necessarily have to make a move yet. They're getting some pokes from their the Sparky, and one of the Panthers off to the side was trying to get some angles on them. Did a decent job trading until KCom kind of posted up and forced them back. Looks like their main body is now rearranging, and that Sparky and Panther are moving back to Delta 3, where the main body used to be, to kind of maintain those angles.
42 did not panic, which is good, but they are making their move in a very systematic fashion, basically turning the right flank of KCom, and they're continuing to put down quite a bit of damage. KCom trying to put out whatever they can, wherever they can. Oh, Stu does not see the strike, and he's going to take a beating from that one. Tolson landing a shot on Tex and taking him out as well. That was actually, where was that located? Where did Tex go down?
You know, I did miss that. I'm spectating Unwary right now, who has
Tex
a wide
is the
open
Jenner 2C.
torso.
He was the one that I believe was fighting with the Shadowcat earlier. Wow, he got really aggressive, went right up into the main body and died in their backfield. Ballsy move by him, but tickets are starting to get a little bit worrisome in my mind here. 42's got to start getting that sense of urgency, and it looks like that's exactly what's happening. They are on the move. They are going to be able to kill that. Oh, they got a bit of a pincer here. Prometheus coming up in the backside. These guys have no idea he's there. This is going to be brutal if he gets up over the top, but he doesn't know that they're actually bailing out over the side. 42 now controls Theta, and they're going to quickly turn that. The remainder of the KCom mechs bailing out, and if 42 gets over the top of them, that's going to be brutal, but they got to give chase. I do think they got to give chase. They got to clean up these last few mechs here, and it's time to start worrying about those caps.
They already are flipping Sigma as well. It looks like they're going to flip a couple of them now.
Good. I mean, that's what needs to be done in order to make it work there, but KCom is definitely bringing the pressure. Unwary, though, is going to have a hard fight here against Mongo. He needs to do... Oh, big overheat by Mongo. Can he capitalize on it? Just missed out on it. He was busy spreading out and twisting out and stuff like that, and unfortunately missed a perfect
opportunity. And Unwary doesn't have any armor to give against Mongo here. Yeah, that Panther is too fresh.
So we're starting to see KCom mechs bleed out, and...
Unwary just went down.
The Jenner 2C Star Wolf heading over to get a cap on Kappa can still make a little bit of a difference here, potentially. But we'll have to see. Kodiak goes down, and the last one left is that Jenner. I'm thinking that this is going to go in favor of 42 unless Star Wolf is able to pull out a miracle, but I don't see that happening. Even with 2 caps, it's going to take quite a bit.
It's going to take a lot, absolutely. There's just too many mechs left alive for 42 right now.
Yep, and they're going to run up on him. They're capping out Gamma. They don't even need to worry about Epsilon. All they need is to neutralize the points and then contain the Jenner and don't let him escape. And right here,
o time 2 sempre tem uma desvantagem desgraçada, né?
O 42 espancou, mano.
Fizeram muito bem.
He doesn't even see him coming.
Paciência, calma, vocês viram que eles foram devagar, né? Estruturado, devagarzinho e tal, sempre mantendo o high ground.
E eles resolveram o negócio do...
Eu achei esquisito ali
ping, cara,
usando
PPCs, cara.
O ping deles alto? Achei muito esquisito ali o Shadowcat, hein?
O que? Que ele achou ele fácil?
O cara já foi mirado pro Jenner, cara.
Ah, eu acho que ele tava esperando, ele sabia que o cara tava ali capando, ele já tá esperando que
o cara já tava mirando pra onde o cara tava. Eu não gostei disso não. Ok, o cara sabe onde tava, ele sabia onde o cara tava mais ou menos ali.
Se tivesse parado ele tinha um Seismic, mas se não tivesse parado, não tinha nenhum UAV nem nada.
And that's what the best teams do, right? They break those locks essentially. They pull the damaged mechs back and let the fresher mechs kind of expose themselves a little bit to take the fire, and then those damaged mechs are no longer the target that the enemy team's trying to engage, and it keeps them alive longer. It's a great thing to do, and the best teams in the game are capable of doing that. 42 is definitely a strong team.
8-0 in favor of 42. Now, I do want to stress, though, despite the scoreboard saying 8-0, it wasn't really that far off. Star Wolf
eles ficaram controlando o high ground, cara.
É o que a gente discutiu, cara. Eles controlaram os caps ali, a posição de cap.
Controlaram as posições de cap. Eu acho que eles até deixaram o Teta exposto por um tempo, tanto que os caras conseguiram capturar Teta e eles não. Teve um momento que eles ficaram em desvantagem, tanto que até o fim da partida eles ficaram atrás no score de cap. Eles ficaram controlando o tempo inteiro o high ground e deslocando. Eles ficaram deslocando a linha de tiro por cima ali, ó.
Eles nunca perderam
nada. It's just not enough to keep up with 42 with their
mantendo aquele...
E aqui só conseguiu pegar a Teta porque ela deu muita armadura pra pegar a Teta, cara.
Exatamente.
Eles ficaram ali calmos, tranquilos, não avançaram, não se precipitaram.
Mas uma coisa que eu percebi, cara,
do high ground.
Mas a estratégia da 42 ali foi o seguinte, cara, aquele ponto lá longe, o que é o capa aí? Eles vão capar aquele ponto com 2 mediums e 2 lights, cara, eles não foram sozinhos.